It's always a Hummer. How you doing, Carrie? Good morning. Was up till what? 2? Working on the video? I'll be behind in the shop. We'll be all ears this morning. Hoping to release the video today. Keep on the lookout. That's good stuff. Hey, good morning, old Mac again.
Good morning,
bastard. Yeah.
Good morning.
Just about got all those lyrics down in my head that you wrote. I love it. Thanks for making that for me. That's
I had fun with the rap song last night.
Yeah.
Angelique, she was my critic, and I would do it over and over and play different ways, and we finally settled on this was the way it should be.
It was good. It was all fitting. It was like, I mean, if you'd have heard it, you'd think that was a legit made perfect song, really, for the genre and what it was saying. It was really cool.
Ends up being the hero of the story.
Yeah. You're my hero, Sick. You're my hero, man.
He changed me.
Yeah.
Took me from a life of crime to motovlogging.
It's because you leave your medical treatments laying around. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
My hero.
Yeah.
I love you even more now.
Yep.
Keep leaving it lay around where I can get to it.
Yep.
I know. I'm stirring the pot. You had to been here for the behind show. Good morning, Key Fob.
What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine.
Where are you? Are you backstage?
No.
I don't see anybody there.
I don't see him.
For 30 minutes, I was telling Brainy, don't worry, he'll bring us in.
He's in the wrong backstage, yo.
Maybe you're in the duct tape one for Saturday.
He's in the Saturdays. What you doing, man?
Hey, you're not alone. We've all sat in a room by ourselves wondering what the hell's going on. Cursing and going, what the hell's this? Who's leaving me here by myself? How dare they?
Remember that one morning I was like 10 minutes late?
Yeah.
And I came back in and I'm like, hi, guys.
Put yourself in timeout in this completely other
I was just in the studio hanging out there for like 15 minutes, just wondering where everybody was.
Started to steam the last 30 seconds or minute, didn't you, huh? Yeah. I know.
Good morning, Ray.
Ray's
working out in the garage.
Us humans, we're so funny, man. If we don't get that, that's just funny.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, what
I was in the stage you sent me. Did I? Did I just send one out? Well, I sent one right from here while we were talking. It couldn't have been another one. That's weird.
That's strange.
I'll send it again. Invite. Yeah, I mean.
Papa Booey.
That's got me like frazzled. Okay, I'm just going to send you just one.
What's up, Crystal? How are you?
If you got the key for the other one, use the one that's actually for the for this early morning one. I don't know. Got me confused. So. Oh, yeah.
I thought today was next Friday. Just saying.
Yeah. Did you use the one I sent you today, or do you use your regular one, Mac?
I used the star one that you sent me early in the week. I just started so I could use it over.
There he is.
Where are you?
Oops, go ahead.
And happy birthday to my sister Connie. She just turned 78 today.
Is she in here?
Birthday, Connie.
Good morning, Crystal. I'm going to get to Connie there. Good morning, Crystal from Rob. And there she is, the birthday girl. Wow.
Key fob and Crystal.
Oh, mercy.
What's
Hey,
going
Rob's neighbor
on?
and Crystal Miller.
It's great to be 78 and young and spry still. Here's to you, right?
Cheers.
There
Cheers
you go.
for a beautiful day.
Oh, I wished I was 78 again.
Another
Oh,
lap around the sun.
me too. That's
All
just
the things I was doing when I was 78, I wish I could do them again.
whatever.
I got the old lumbago all up on me now.
Something wrong with you, Mac.
Oh no, man.
Yeah.
That was perfectly said there.
Oh, look at there. There's Key Fob over there.
Good morning, Key Fob.
He's the one that's got the long whiskers on his chin.
Yeah. Did you hear that in the song?
Yes. This lighter just took a car out.
You may not have heard the song. Did you hear the song, Key Fob, that Matt
we
wrote?
listened to it because someone had left me backstage.
The what?
Someone had left me backstage, so I didn't have any choice but to listen to the song.
Oh.
We're here. Where were you? I want to know where you were, dude. You were in that weird space where they put the Bic lighters. Where were you?
It was in the Matrix.
All right, so I was looking at it, and Sick, apparently you sent me a message this morning at 6:30 to link the StreamYard, and that's the stage I was in, the one you sent me this morning.
Oh, that was yesterday. Oh, no. Was it? I don't know. Maybe, you know what? I could
It
have.
was probably yesterday's that I got today.
Yeah. I was about to say no early morning emails for you, Sick. You ain't even awake yet.
Man, I'm fired.
He hasn't had his coffee yet.
No coffee yet.
Oh, mercy. I did that on the live.
Random links.
I get up and I join Ray Moto and John this morning. First thing I do, make a big misspell and I hit send and like, oh wow, good pointy. And I was trying to say good points, you know.
Points.
just go erase that. Start over. I just woke up.
Hey, quick shoe.
Congrats, Connie, Rob. Right on, Carrie. Wishing you the happy. Carl got 96. Wow. So birthday same day? That is amazing.
Wow.
You got 2 birthdays.
Years young.
Good gosh. Yes. And here's to 100 plus years for Carl. That would be awesome. Quick shoe. Stop working. Are you working today? You are. You're very welcome, Connie. Very welcome. Crystal, hey. That just must be a phenomenon this morning. I've had the horrible misspelling. It was in the stream I was watching before this. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have to be first thing in the morning to make a jacked up. You know. Texting or whatever we call it. He said she said he got up a half-hour ride up to Galloway Lake. Be listening to noon. Tell me.
Till noon, yeah.
Oh. Good morning, Brainy, by the way, like in the background and stuff. I didn't even say good morning to you. I got Key Fob and I know you're there, so duh.
Good morning, everyone.
Wow, she's a looker.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
Oh, I know, right?
Lot better looking than Keith.
We're gonna take a little peek here of Key Fob. Here we go.
Come on,
There we go.
You're pretty too,
Hey,
Keith.
hey, here we go.
Man, just give me a toothache. It's so sweet.
$50.
Beautiful. I know. Oh, we love you. You know
I'll
that.
slide me 100. I'll show you her feet.
You're not wrong. They're not pretty. Don't do it.
Oh, you guys are so
Moon's over
everything,
Miami.
easy.
You guys are going to go to Florida, aren't you? I mean, ain't that in your schedule, Key Fob?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're still trying to get all the ducks in a row. Getting the property lined up is what's going to be the bigger hassle for us. Uh, we're trying not to put the cart before the horses. We're trying to get the property itself and then get everything managed. But being that that part is as slow as it is, we've already got job offers and all the other stuff lined up. We can't say yes, we'll take these positions because we don't know where our house is going to be yet.
Yeah.
So
But it'll come. Patience and prayer and love, it'll come.
Yeah.
someone
Don't work,
teach me
too.
patience.
I say we're always right where we need to be as we're
I'm
there.
sure, David has a lot of good idea of where properties and stuff are too. I'm sure he's got a very big handle on where there's property available near Forgotten Angels and everything else.
Yeah.
Well, the property selection isn't a problem. We're waiting on retirement funds at this time to purchase the property.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're getting around that end. I got to call my retirement company today. Hers,
My
You guys just faded out a little bit, so give it a rest and then repeat what you just said because
Yeah.
you faded out pretty hard.
Freaking up.
There, you might be okay now. I don't know.
because
They're cutting out.
Still rough.
it might be a spot.
Yep. Sometimes you get bad spots out there. You'd be all right.
Yeah.
And Crystal says, and I wish you the best of luck with getting these properties. I really do. I hope you get to hear that key fob. If not, we'll bring it around again. So when you're in the chat, I try to read some of them and then make sure whoever they're directed to gets noticed in here. If I don't, just remind me. Somebody help me. Yeah, I appreciate y'all interacting and joining in with us. That's what it's for. That's what it's for. That's key fob. Yeah.
That area.
So, yeah, that's what that was key fob. Yeah, it just dropped. He said okay. Or I
Hey,
said
brown
okay.
chicken.
I said okay. Go ahead, Mac.
I just said, hey, it's a brown chicken.
Brown chicken. Good morning, my brother. How is the Wisconsin doing today? Wisconsin, correct? And Salty, I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he's I talked to him this morning a little bit.
Oh, right.
He's he's spending time with family, which is understandable.
Sure.
And trying to get back to normalcy a little bit.
That's a good update. Appreciate it, man. What were you saying now, Crystal? I think I was visiting with old Mac yesterday when I was about to head into one of these areas. You never know what you're going to get for service.
Yeah.
You were on yesterday, and by the time I got to you, you were off. You were a little over an hour. We went live after the coffee show.
Well, you never know which one you're gonna get.
Angry D, yeah. Hey, good morning.
Yeah, we had a nice turnout for about an hour. I mean, I had to go cook yesterday. I made spaghetti, and it was by request. That's what she wanted. So
the devil's lettuce. Angry D.
It turned out so good.
Devil's lettuce. Yeah, we were talking about you yesterday. Buck was on here, and I forgot what the subject and why you were, but whatever it was, we were talking about you. I don't think it was bad either.
Talking about me?
Yeah, talking about me. Have to do a
replay. What did I do?
Make sure we had our P's and Q's right, man. Moto Old Max sick. Thanks, Brown Chicken. Yeah, Mo. Good Lord. I was just going to put your link out there too. And I go, he probably won't show up. But we do have a Mo link if you've not seen Mo's channel. Yeah. I watch it all the time.
I
Does that say
haven't been
anything?
over
Does that
there.
say anything?
I feel guilty. I haven't been over, I don't think.
That say something? It should. When I watch something, it speaks volumes, okay? You hear me? Rob's neighbor, brown chicken. It's a cold spring day yesterday. It was sure nice. Yeah. I know it takes a while to warm up north there. Oh, yeah, pass me. That's the devil's lettuce. He was asking what he's taking medical treatments over there. That's our polite, friendly chat, whatever expressions we use. Medical treatments.
Yeah, me.
Sometimes we slip up, though.
Angry D's?
Angry D, yeah, he's talking about you.
Oh, yeah.
Puffing on over there. That's what happens when you leave, man. Your fans show up and poof, you're gone. Like, what's he doing? I know he must have ran out. That's what.
I had to put the comforter down for Leia and Jade outside.
Is that this morning's?
No, that's what I made yesterday.
Okay.
Oh hell, I can't get it to focus. Come on.
Nice
for the morning. Yeah. Oh, looks good.
There it is. There it is.
Spaghetti and garlic. Hey.
Yeah, we got and chopped tomatoes in it with Parmesan cheese on the top.
Yeah, that's not parsley. We know it's devil's lettuce on there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fool us. I'm trying to fool us, Mac. Ain't no parsley. Let's see. Mo says it was only by accident. I was sitting here in the garage. I just cleaned up from getting that red 2003 anniversary fireman's bike back together yesterday, and it's out of the shop.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to take a peek, I think, at your channel here. Let's see. Crystal says, has anybody ever noticed back in the time of the Egyptians? Mac, that would be directed at you. Spoken hieroglyphics, and we are slowly heading back into that time. I'm sorry, Mac. I never do that.
That's great.
Today, I felt the liberty. I was like,
yeah.
I think Mac's in a good enough mood. I'm out of arm's reach,
I learned when I was an apprentice to Moses, when we was doing the tablets, I learned how to chisel and everything. So I had this young Egyptian fellow hire me to work on those pointed little buildings they were living in back in those days. I guess they died in them. They call them the pyramids.
Yeah. It's got an awful dank smell in there. And that's how it goes. Maybe it gets a moment, but somebody, you aren't there for it. Mm-hmm. I know.
What's
moment
up?
of victory.
How you been? Good to see you.
Oh, Mac is sitting there thinking, come and say that where I know. That's what everybody's smart behind the old keyboard. I try not to be that guy, but me and Mac were tight. I can say things like that, a little bit, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, you can't do no wrong in my book.
We're having fun. What do we got here? This is oh yeah, Jamin. Jamin was in here earlier and he had some flooding stuff. That's why I was going to put that up.
That looked like my place.
Yeah, and take a peek at it real quick. Yeah, that's what that reminded me of. I'm like,
you guys want to see something cool?
Yeah.
Did you notice last week all them flood? Not last week, this week. Remember, I made videos of the flood down here. Guess what I did yesterday?
What?
I mowed 1 acre of my line.
BMX track.
Wow.
Up on top of the hill, it's dry up there. It's already ran away. I mowed that whole top.
Yeah.
Till I run out of gas.
Oh.
Video coming out later.
Then I had to hook a rope to it and have Angelique steer the lawnmower while I towed her back to the house.
Yes, my editing skills are still squat.
Yeah.
My computer is still old and junk.
Who's
I think
this?
a lot of us relate to that.
Right here. And I live right over here.
Who is this?
This is Jamin.
Oh, Jamin. Okay.
Yeah.
Sound like Buck for a little bit.
Yeah. He was in here earlier, so I thought I'd throw him up and check out his channel. It's been a while since we've been there. Let's see.
Where's Jamin live? What part of the country does he live in?
I don't know. I'll see if it says in the info here real quick. Copy. Under more. Nah, there's nothing there. Just description is waiting on a tire for the channel. I hope that tire showed up. Yeah, I couldn't tell you where he's at.
Somebody said he's the one that installed the nose on the Sphinx.
Yeah. Is that the one that never hung in there?
Yeah.
It's like you shouldn't have did that last tap with the chisel. I told you. Just one more. Just had to hit it one more time and tink.
Yeah, you hit it the wrong way, and then you see the thing fall off, and the first thing you do is you go, "Don't."
Nobody will see that.
Yeah,
Nobody will see that.
Like Homer Simpson.
That's not noticeable.
And so forth to the other fella.
Here's some of Mo's.
The headlight in the cell, because he likes the chrome, and $500. So that's not too bad. It's
does a lot of work on bikes.
Stator, so it's newer than 03. I don't know when they started putting the 3-phase stator. So either we're going to have to, or alternator, or however it's called. Don't know. We can switch his and stick his in there because it only has 2 wires. This has 3.
If you're a mechanic, you'll understand him. There's a lot of stuff he talks about. I don't understand, but I try to learn.
What year this motor is, but it's between.
And he fix up lots of bikes.
Even newer than 03 because it has a 3-phase. So up to 06, I guess. Bolts up fine. Hooked up the hoses, intake, return, vent. Like I said, I did the intake. Everything was.
Let's see, what is he getting into there? That looks dangerous.
So one does not fit the other, shall we?
That is the stator. Okay.
Nope.
Like electromagnetic coiling.
It's got 4 and only 3 are utilized.
So I don't understand what he means by 3-stage stator, though. I don't understand what the hell that.
Don't want to go too fast and screw anything up. So you kind of do stuff and then set back, think about it.
Maybe there's 2 other parts of the system kind of that he's talking about that
put that back down there.
Works in
give Randy some
with the stator. I don't know.
Practical
I bet
things
your Ray
to do.
Gregory
He's
knows.
good at turning nuts and bolts and things like that.
Is Ray here?
He's going to be listening. He's got some stuff to do in the garage.
They're damn riding. What's he doing, man? Ray Gregory rides. Jeez. Always riding.
Always riding, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Be cheap, And
he's got an old 55 or 6 Chevy in his garage, too.
Saves the
look at that.
Leather.
Yeah.
On that show,
I'm not watching comments, sorry.
And
I'm so not either.
Me neither. Sorry, you guys.
When got some reading glasses, but they didn't seem to be the right prescription, so I got to go back to Walmart. They swear everything's fine. I said, well, it ain't like my old ones, and theoretically, it's the same.
You hitting them now?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Or they made it incorrectly. They have made it incorrectly before. Long time ago, but
we'll read that
go
one.
Back tomorrow morning.
All right. Well, that's some of Mo's channel. If you're interested in bikes and repairs and learning little things that are helpful, Mo's the man. Mo is the man. Appreciate you coming by, Mo. I don't get to see you a lot here, but when you do, appreciate it. And like to say hi and shout your channels out, flash them around, put your link out there. And that's for anybody who comes in and wants to throw their link out too. We got Angry D, doesn't come that much. Let's put Angry D's out. Do I have that? It's probably around here somewhere.
Mo, none of us are looking young anymore. Don't worry.
What's that?
Mo said, "Boy, he's like, boy, I ain't looking too young anymore." I'm like,
Oh gosh, yeah.
None of us are. I mean,
You're like, well, yeah, I got that vanity going. Like, what the hell is that? Let's just tuck that crap away, man.
yeah.
But I got it. Yeah. There he is.
Okay, that's 3 feet. Okay.
A quick peek at Angry D if you're curious, because you guys don't get to see him here a lot. But he has fantastic footage of when he rides, and he meets a lot of people that ride and get ups for rides, and talks and introduces and does the whole thing. So they're a lot of fun. And Harleys and sport bikes and cruisers and whatever you got there. And every Friday, if you got nothing, right? Or even if you have something to do, drop what you're doing, right? And check out, he's pretty entertaining, man. A lot of fun. Now, somebody told me a rumor that you were in the band. That's what it was. Pantera,
yes.
I just got to say, that's really awesome if you did. It seems almost unbelievable. But if you ever want to expound on that with us a little bit, I'm a fan. So that's all. Yeah. And just that you knew Dimebag and his brother and whoever else, Phil, I mean, those were all iconic, groundbreaking, one of the biggest bands ever to hit the somewhat popular but yet metal scene, I mean, it was the heaviest stuff ever. And the attitude of their singer, Phil, he was nuts, man.
Yeah, he was nuts.
Yes. Let's see, the 57 Chevy. It's my wife. She has had that in the family for many, many years. She doesn't really drive it anymore. Kind of miles you got on it, the 57. I didn't notice the fins in the back. That, I guess, because I just see the front, but that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful car. You really got a jewel there, man. Have you ever had one of those older Chevys, Mac? You've had a lot of cars.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. It was a silly question.
Well, I remember when they was brand new. I remember when they came out the door.
Yeah. What, $3,000?
Oh no, hell, it was El Cheapo, a 57 Chevrolet. I bought a 66 Chevrolet Caprice with a 427 in it. I paid $3,400 brand new with no miles on it.
Yeah.
At Allen Green Chevrolet, Burien, Washington. That was way up in 66. So you can see that 57 is probably 2,100 maybe.
Yeah.
And it had the power pack. It was the 270 horse with the fuel injection. That was, of course, right now you'd be a millionaire.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Mo says, thanks so much for the shout out. Yeah, I'm pretty busy. I take care of several neighborhood yards, and since I retire, I still take care of the yard at the office. Yeah, good for you, man. Just keep moving and doing what you got to do. And yeah, it's a good thing. I am sending Angry D's link to my father-in-law. Yes. Awesome. I'm going to post it out there here for you too. I don't know why it's not in the top of my where I save links, but I swear I put it there. There we go. I'm going to put it right there right now and then post it. If I don't.
My sister Joyce had a 57 Chevrolet. Her husband bought it and got a really good deal, and nobody thought it'd ever be worth anything. And of course, he passed it on, traded it off for something else. Man, if he had it today, he's gone now, so he wouldn't be enjoying it.
No. Oh, don't tell me all this stuff. Just see it. I'm hitting save. Just save it like we always do. There we go. Do. Yeah, everybody should have a wrench. Does Angry D got a wrench? Did I give him a wrench? Mo, you don't have a wrench. Let me give you one too, because you can if you know how to use it. I know you know how to use a wrench, but not everybody knows what to do with the ones in the chat. Let's see.
Where are you located, Mo? Rob wants to know.
Yeah, Mo, if you're here, where you at, man? You don't have to give exact locations,
Yeah.
you know. But, you know, hey, you in Ohio? You somewhere over there? Seems like you're kind of, maybe.
Yeah.
What did she say? One of these days, I'll do you all a favor of getting my father-in-law's bike in a good video for you. It's covered with owls. It's got a spectacular paint job. Well, what kind of owls? Huh.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Let's see. That'd be great. We love, you know, anything you bring to the table here. So, there's kid. Did come
You know,
out.
back in the 50s, when most cars didn't have power steering, they had a big old steering wheel, but we always put necker knobs on them. You remember up in Minnesota and the Necker's knob? You know what that is, Moto?
No.
The Necker's knob. It's a knob. It goes on the steering wheel, and you could put your arm around your girlfriend, her neck. You could kiss her little neck and use that knob to steer the car.
Yes.
The Necker's knob.
A suicide knob.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. It'd break you downtown if you. I'm telling you, you don't want to get in the way of that knob if you lose control.
Didn't
of
always
that
have
steering wheel.
power steering either.
No,
So,
we didn't have it. That's why that knob helped us with that turning.
yeah, and they made the steering wheels like a
Oh,
ship
yeah.
wheel, like a helm.
Yeah, you drove. You had your hands way out here, you know.
Mm. Call him Hooter. All kinds of alls. He has things for alls. Okay, like trinkets and stuff and deco and yeah. Right on. All right. All right. Well, that was a nice little community visit there for a minute. Where did everybody go? Northern
Indiana.
Yes.
Just
there
north
we go.
of Notre Dame.
That was close, huh? So
Hey,
Indiana, frogs there, lollies there. Yeah. Northern Indiana, just north of Notre Dame University in a little town called Roseland.
We got Red Lady and Toga all up in the house.
Small. That's a very small place. Very great. You just about know everybody there. Good morning, Red Lady. How you been doing? Yeah? I hope so. I'm hoping the best. Oi! Oi!
Oi! Oi!
Oi!
Oi! Oi!
Get some oi for you, Zat. How you doing?
Oh, yeah.
I watched you a little bit. What was the name of the live yesterday? Oh, I forgot. It was kind of a interesting name. Anyway, I think I was at work and I watched it a while. But thanks for coming by and giving a shout out whenever I see you. I got you on all, so whenever it pops up, I try to come in and at least say hi. I don't like you. Don't always hang out and chat, but do what I can. It's good to have friends all around. Little support here and there. What do you say? Oik. Yeah. Mo says, got one of those knicker knobs. Yep. Didn't know it was ever called that, but I got one on my tractor. Yeah, we all learned some things, Mo. I'm surprised. I would have figured you would know that.
Yeah, Mo, it was referred to as the necker, you know, like the girl's neck, because you had that one hand free. You had the other arm around your woman, and that neck was just right there, you know.
Freed you up for exploration.
Get a little kiss.
Yeah, a little,
That's what I loved about bench seats back in the day. A woman could be right up under your arm, and that she loved to be there, and you wanted her to be there.
You
You wanted all the guys up at the A&W root beer stand to see your woman, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, she looking fine.
No columns separating you and all
No.
the convenience things now. You know, got to make sure the phone's plugged in. The heck with the arm around you, girl.
I miss girls in cashmere sweaters.
Yeah.
They were
Cashmere.
soft like a kitty.
That's like Led Zeppelin album name, isn't it? Cashmere. Is that the same Cashmere?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Toga says, doing excellent, gathered all the stuff and working in peace. Working in peace. Man, how nice is that? So thanks. Yeah, man. Thank you, Zat. Always. If we hook up a little more too. You created a video on one of yours, like you did a music video. It was pretty cool. Brown chicken. Yeah, some more good mornings. Good mornings. Good mornings. There we go. Cool. Caught up. I'm gonna make a coffee. Be right back.
Coffee.
Hold the floor, you guys.
All right.
No, it's not gonna be easy, but I'll be back. I promise.
Where in the world is Buck Brown today?
He's out there somewhere.
Oh. I always hate when I put up like channels with motorcycles, which we did do. Mo's channel and Angry D, and there's no angel face here to see motorcycles. Like,
I know.
Like, what the heck? What's that?
What's up with that?
Yeah, we got to watch. I see a lot of Sephardi. What's her name? Sisson Sephardi. Remember her, the lady?
Yes.
Did one of her, her link, and we watched a video. And then there was Sophie Sephardi. That's what it is. Then I was doing one of my kids' hairs yesterday, putting the blue in, and we ended up watching the other lady. What you up to, or what you something? Where she was doing the little crafts where you put the dots all in the picture, and you paint a big, huge picture with little micro dots, basically.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and it sounded just like a legit, like what my grandbabies do when they come over and they watch all these channels and crafts, and they do watch a lot of educational stuff, which I'm happy with. They learn things. Rob, how you doing again? Carrie, where has same here. I don't know. It's early for her to get on here, and I'm sure as warmer weather's approaching, more daylight, she might be staying up later, riding, washing bikes. Who knows? Mo, yep, there's no more bench seats anymore, it seems like. Yeah, think about that. When's the last time you seen one? Like, never. And they weren't really that desired. It was okay if it was in your mom and dad's car, but when you were in your car, you wanted buckets. You wanted a cool bucket.
Sure.
Maybe a pickup truck, if anything, these days has a bench seat. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, what's my trying to think what my daughter has. She got a great big like Suburban. I think it's a Suburban. Still.
Yeah, still got a console in it.
Yeah, up front, definitely.
Pointillism? What is that?
Point.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. That was way back a long time ago. That was real popular.
Practice of applying small strokes or dots of colors to a surface so that from a distance they visually blended together. That technique. Yeah.
They had
expressionism.
At the Grateful Dead experience, they had all pictures of the Grateful Dead mosaicked into a giant picture of Jerry. As you know, like they were all different colored pictures, you know, whatever the picture was of whatever, It was of the Grateful Dead, but they were all different colors, and they blended it all together so that it was a giant mosaic of Jerry. I thought it was awesome. But anyway.
Yeah. Took me for years to look at those pictures that you're supposed to stare at, and all of a sudden the picture will blend together and come alive, and like you'll see a picture within the picture, like what's the mystery will be revealed.
Yep.
And I could never get my brain to wrap around that,
I
but
love it.
come to find out it was your eyes, and you had to fixate and like almost like you crossed them, and then it burns an image in your eye somehow, and then boom, the whole thing will come out at you. I'm like, oh, that's how you do it. And it took so long to figure it out, and I was always left out.
Try to guess the numbers in the picture.
Yeah, I don't know.
When you stare at the picture and you're trying to see the numbers in them, and they're like camouflaged in the picture.
Oh, those are trick ones.
Like they're stripes or something, or they're X's or different directions.
Let's see. The technique associated with its inventor, George Seurat, in such words as a Sunday on La Grande Jatte, 1884, and Bathers, and yep. I'm not qualified to read that message.
Yeah, Moto, we're not in the caliber of people that can read that kind of stuff. See, educated people understand that really good.
Crystal, do you remember who you're dealing with up here?
Yeah, please have mercy on us.
Yeah. What are you saying? What are you saying?
Thanks to those, they realized I have a weird thing with my eyes. I guess I have a fourth color receptor. It's kind of crazy. If you look it up on the internet, it's more's coming. More's coming down the pike. I know they only give you so many characters to write on these things, and you write a whole bunch more, and it'll be like those. And then you can't even send what's actually there. You got to erase up to the point of where it called being a tetrachromed. That extra color thing that you have in the eye. Yeah.
I love them things. They got me one for Christmas, a big book of them, just page after page of them.
Yeah.
After you train your eye, you just go right to the page almost immediately and see it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it takes, some of that stuff, a little training. Crystal, I got to see if I even got your under the ladies here. Crystal, I don't. I'm going to get your link.
Tetrachromed. Fafafui.
Fififufufui.
Fafafui.
This is Crystal's page, by the way. So while I'm gonna get her link and keep it copied, because you show up so much, maybe you don't want it out there, but most people don't care, right? Copy link address. There we go.
The last coffee I made with non-sugar free.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to go back and I had to check it because I looked at it and because I started drinking it and I was like, wow, this tastes really sweet.
And?
Yep. And well, yeah, I grabbed the wrong one. I grabbed the wrong one.
Oh. A little surprise.
Surprise. I feel it running through my veins.
That's like when you got something and you think you have it, the right spice, and here you put cinnamon all over something you didn't want cinnamon on.
Yeah.
Oops. That's not working. That don't work.
That's not it.
All right. Let's see. What's the latest one here? Step 1 of potato chips.
Yeah, you got to plant the taters before you can have tater chips.
So that's the actual planting process.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fresh taters in the ground. They're just chunks of real potato, right?
You're right. Got a tater eye in it.
You put in there and get sprouted, and
they got little nubbins. They call them.
There they are.
On the potato.
Yeah. Look at that. Those are reds.
Red potatoes.
Yep. Get in that ground.
And I love red potatoes and cabbage.
Yeah. Gosh, see, now I'm going to have some tonight. Thanks, Mac. That's a great idea.
I'm getting a cabbage today. We're going to shopping, and we're going to have corned beef and cabbage.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you don't have to have it just on the Irish weekend. You can have it all year long.
Yeah, that's a celebration. See, when somebody suggests something like that, now I got a mission for later in the day for a treat.
I can almost taste it now.
And I look forward to it, all because Crystal posted a potato video for me. Anyway, you already had the plans, but
Potato.
Potato. What is it? Let's see. Thanks for linking me. Yeah, you should have been linked a long time ago. I just get a little complacent and lazy in my enthusiasm of doing things sometimes.
Curb your enthusiasm.
Anybody? Yeah? Anybody else? Am I alone? I'm alone.
No, you're not alone.
We just want to admit it.
No, I know, man. You got bigger egos, man. I wish I had an ego like that. No, you don't. Never wish upon one of those. Oh, a lot of tater farms up north here, and Scounts, and same with my dad. He plants them himself. He's got fields all around him. He owns land, and he's got another farm that really don't have no buildings on it that used to, and that's what he does. He has beehives out there, which I don't think he does no more, but plants a huge garden, one that you use a tractor to plant with, and definitely potatoes. That's what I do and sweet corn, a lot of sweet corn. I get to bring home 100 pounds every time I go visit him. I always used to keep them in the stairway down in the cold and
Yep.
store them in gunny sacks, and I always hated having to go there because your hands get that because they have the real dirt on them, not the washed stuff we get in the grocery stores, which is fine. I think one of my favorite videos on there is step 1 of potato chips. We're just planning. Yeah, that's what we just played, right? And we're using really old equipment. Yeah, so was my dad. I mean, really old. I painted a picture of it with him in this garden thing. Fam, I wish I gotta look that up. Somebody might appreciate it.
I can just envision fields of tater tots.
Yeah. Get out my tots, man. Carry tots.
I like to make tater tot casseroles. We do that quite often. Yeah. Oh man, they're good 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. The old potato diggers too, and they had a conveyor belt and stuff. You'd stand on the back and watch it and clear some of the leaves sometimes, the tops of the potatoes, whatever. And
my little sister, Connie, that's 78 years old today, she worked on a potato digger. My older sister, not older than me, but older than her, she worked on it. My mother worked on a tater digger. I drove a truck hauling the potatoes that the potato digger was digging.
Yeah.
There was a whole entire family worked for one guy that raised nothing but 700 acres of taters.
Yeah. Where's the other video, Crystal? If you can point it up or tell us, is it right close to the little helper one? Highlight Crystal is live. We got the chicken one here. We got a lot of
get me some chicken
raisers in our community, which I'm so glad. Like even my daughter is Nana Grace and Jessica. We haven't seen her this morning, have we?
No. Or
No,
Rob.
no Lolly. Lolly don't come by no more.
Why
I don't
not?
know.
What did you do?
I don't know. I need to change my deodorant or
What
something.
was it? She was on last night.
Some Old Spice.
Did you send what you call it? Invites? I know the reusable links. They don't know that though.
Yeah. Well, I did for a long time, and no shows, and a lot of people that don't show, I just take them off the list of sending invites, and
Yeah.
that's all.
And then the list gets smaller. Yeah.
And then later on, like, well, you don't send me an invite. Well, I'll put you back on, and I put them back on.
Yeah. And then you don't show up again.
Yeah. I don't want to be that spammer and like, damn, they send me that crap and I got to delete it every day. I try to be kind of polite.
But then on the other hand, a person that lives a good, full life, they don't get a chance to devote as much time as we do every day. And so they would just, and like when you drop them, then they feel like they've been a little bit slighted because they just couldn't come and join every day. And now they don't even want me. So I just won't go over there.
Yes. You know the thinking, huh? Listen, if you spot it, you got it. And I spot what you're spotting because I got it and I've had it. Yeah, we're just human beings, man, doing our best.
Yeah.
I just want to be loved. That's all a mule can do is
just want to be loved.
Like last night, I didn't even want to do my show. I didn't tell anybody this.
Yeah.
I was like a couple days before. A couple of days ago, I looked at, I went and looked at my numbers, which was a bad idea. And I looked at how many views and how many likes and how many comments. And I'm like, what am I doing this for?
Last night.
But then once I started doing the show, I was into it and I liked it and I had a good time and there was a lot of people and there was a lot of interaction and it was, that happens every time I do that. Like every time I start beating myself up in my head and I have these conversations with myself and my own ego and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, just erase Thursday night and the 2 coffees and you take a week off.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't do that.
That sounds good on paper.
It sounds good on paper.
Yeah. I got your short up. Yeah. And I mean, I've had that kind of thinking a little bit once in a while too, but those are good practices to go through and do things you don't want to do sometimes, of course. That doesn't mean always, but it's a good practice to try to and see what happens,
having a little motoblog, not a motoblog, just a regular blogging channel, consists of 40 to 100 people. You can communicate with every one of them at least once or twice during the week. You got 10 million viewers, 10 million subscribers. You're still only going to have 40 or 50 people you're going to communicate. You're most going like the big channels, they have a handful of people they communicate every day with, it's just like we are here. I think our little channel is the perfect size. So we get to know everybody on that page.
100%. Like I could care less if I've said that, like once I met those goals you need for YouTube to get monetized or whatever, was just a fun challenge. Now it's there and it's grown a little bit beyond, and it doesn't matter much. Like the whole community thing that we do here and the associations that we got and sharing each other's lives was that none of us could have ever done without the use of something like this type of platform. Makes it very and plus share our passions. And if it's not YouTube, then we have the video of, say, like this potato planting thing, we get to see that part of your life and what you do and what you enjoy and things that and when you get to share that with friends and family, I think that's a major asset and blessing to your own just well-being, in general. Yeah, am I kind of getting deep? Sorry, man, but no, it is true. It is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just watch this quick.
Kid now.
Look at her.
That's what, like 300 pounds of potatoes. We're gonna get them in the ground. As soon as we get the tractor coming back from over that way.
That's so good for her too.
Probably 600 million.
You think, is that you
Yeah,
saying
see?
you help me cut some of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you helped
seems
me move some of them?
Yes.
poor
Was
thing.
that heavy?
Yes.
I get it. To her, it was 600 million of them.
Yeah, might as well.
Look like a endless amount. I
Mhm.
get that.
A
Wouldn't
brown chicken said they was a desert outlaw sighting last night.
Yeah,
Oh, I know.
it was
How did he
brief.
get in?
It was brief.
Let's see. Some of them
Well, he
fire
must have been in
videos.
before I got established. I couldn't get on,
I know. We asked for you, but we
Couldn't get
found
on.
out you were having trouble. And see, some of them fire videos in there, we took them after I almost got in some serious trouble because we were trying to help fight a local fire that was coming to eat our yard. Man, fires and some of the people, who else? We had Rocket Queen not long ago when they had the fires in was it Oklahoma. Is that where
Yep.
she was? Or Arkansas?
Oklahoma.
Trying to think. Somewhere over there.
You just can't say Oklahoma. It's Oklahoma. A place to be.
Woo. Yeah, you can kind of make that go right into it.
Oklahoma.
You gotta get that Oklahoma. The falsetto that is backwoods.
Yeah. Oklahoma.
Let's see, you had two.
Ventura Keypop's got a signal again.
Yes.
But he can't hear. He's got a picture, but he can't hear us.
I hope he's not in the wrong basement over here. I felt so bad I was in the wrong. I thought I'd sent him the wrong thing, and here he had a different email, and it wasn't. Yeah, wasn't even from me, Key Fob. Did you find the two that I did send you?
They're out on the highway out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe to reach your destination.
Crystal, there's another one. Okay, let's see what this is. This is the great part of StreamYard. Whoops. Yeah, this is it. Let's pull this down. Sorry. Damn.
That looks like a prairie fire.
Wow, Crystal. There's the bucket. That's really cool footage. And I wonder how a helicopter does with all that smoke, because I mean, engines have to breathe too, you know, and the heat.
The problem being too with a helicopter, you can't get too close to the flame because you're fanning the flame.
Yeah, adding oxygen. You got to be pretty high up, I guess, not to affect it. Well, there we go. See, that's the way to get in those chats, man. Share those links. We put them up and makes things nice. That way I don't have to run away from the live looking things up. That's really nice when you do that, is all I'm saying. If you're able to, anybody wants to share stuff, use that wrench, share that link, and we'll get to see more of you and your channel and get to know you better. Good stuff. Good stuff. What was this? Let me see. Where were we? That was the link. Desert. Yeah, desert sighting. I agree, old Mac. Sure is. That's why I'll be here next year. This is a great place to be. Part of the song.
This is like, to me, in my opinion, this morning coffee is like Cheers. You come here where everybody knows your name.
Everybody knows your name, man.
I'm by the way, I'm Norm.
Norm. Get Woody over somewhere.
I'll be
Yeah,
Woody.
Woody, get Woody. See, that's a part of why we're doing it with old equipment we have to restore. We're trying to show how hard some of these people had to work back in the day just to make a living. Yeah, and those were luxury tools, you know? They even are today when you don't have any tools and you have something that they used. Yeah, it's great. Let's see. Have some signal. What else? Can't hear, though. Yeah. There we go. Robert, good morning. You've been sleeping most all the time. We've been talking about you. Where's Robert? I sleeping. He's
hey,
getting
Robert.
He's getting rest. He's getting beauty rest. It's all right. We hung out with Jess yesterday for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Was that on your live? Your live last night? Yeah. Sick.
Yeah. What's up,
Which is
Rob?
every Thursday night, you know, and you
Thursday
saw
night?
smile that you brought to sick bastard's face when people showed up and he was happy. So go support him when he comes on Thursday night at 7:30. Okay.
Yeah, I was shocked.
A pretty good dude.
I was shocked. It changed my attitude real quick. I was like, I do that to myself at least once a month.
Yeah.
You know?
We're self-abusers to ourselves. That's why most stuff is right in between the ears. Where's the problem? Between the left and right ear.
Like out of the 4 weeks of the month or whatever, I do that to myself at least 1 week.
Sure, you got to keep up with it. You got to schedule. Scheduled.
It's about
day.
Consistency.
Consistent. Got one thing down. Self-abuse. Let's throw that in the mix.
That's funny.
Yeah, it can be a negative habit to do. We can break it. We do it together, and better than we do apart, because you see what happens when you're alone. That's why they say either call somebody or do some writing or do some reading even, you know, during those times, and fill your head full of truthful things and get the negativity out. Clean the damn attic out.
Yeah, clean the attic out is right.
Yeah. Let's see. Chris says, Rob, I wasn't flying the chopper. What? Here we thought you was a seasoned pilot. Now, Kime from England flies choppers for real.
Oh,
Yeah, he does. That's crazy.
Yes. Yeah, you go back in his archives, you can see. I think we had one of his chopper videos up one day. Let's see, Rob. I wasn't flying the chopper. I just had to fight to get a copy of the footage. There you go. You guys are poking fun anyway. It's a way to do it. See, it still should be public knowledge that they tried to put some of us in jail because we wanted that out in our local fire department. Wasn't cutting the mustard. Yeah. Yeah, that was a bad idea, but I know I got I know I got a gal. Her name is Crystal Miller. You guys are good. Is he going to become a low altitude pilot or a fast boat captain? What time we got? Yeah, I got an actual appointment today, so
I'm
gonna bail out a little early every time. I know every time I wait till like 11:45, and then by the time I say goodbye, it's 11, and then I'm like, you know, get to work. I don't even get to settled in, and boom, got an appointment. Like, I gotta calm down. Just got out of that traffic. Been pretty good though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not too
Been riding that R1 and still clutch problems, but it gets me there. It gets me back and forth. Who cares that I can't put it in neutral when I'm in the middle of traffic?
Oh,
who cares?
So annoying.
Shut it off and turn it back on. Yeah. So a lot of us local, we're local. We had tractors and everything out there ready to fight that and keep it from moving forward, but we weren't allowed in those fields. we were gonna get in trouble. Boy, that make you just about furious. You'd like to know what kind of justification there is for trying to help something that could wipe out land, animals, whatever the fire is damaging. No help. That was about as bad as the hurricane stuff not long ago, and the Carolinas and not letting people in that wanted to help and blocking roads off for people to do anything. You just sit there and suffer.
And poor people still are really suffering up there.
See,
as of yesterday, they did another crew went in there, and they're not getting very much help.
The people that make those laws or do that stuff should be the ones that have to sit there in the same conditions and with the same financial stuff going and lack of hope in their life, and then support what they just put out there.
I'm with you. I like to use that same concept in war. If you advocate war, let your damn politicians lead the charge.
Yeah.
Let them be on the front line.
100%. It's good
You'll
for
see
the
how quick that war will end.
Good for the goose. Yeah, hadn't been feeling the greatest. Doc said it's vertigo from a sinus infection. Wow, I didn't know you were actually, not feeling well. I hope you get on the other side of that soon, Rob. Yeah, man. There you go, Carrie's putting out the good vibes for you there, Rob. Appreciate it. Crystal says, yeah, I know how this all goes. I have learned to water my plants a little extra the night before so I can sit and watch you guys the next morning. Yeah, you do some planning. You plan for us. That's really cool. It is nice. Okay, that was the last comment.
Yeah, that was the end of my coffee.
End of the comments, end of the coffee. Appreciate you being so interactive today, Crystal. It was a blessing. Rob, I hope you get better.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah, Carrie, thanks. I know you were busy today and had stuff to do. Be looking for a video drop from Rob. Let's put his channel out there. Y'all should have a wrench and be able to get to it anyway. But
hey, Moto, do you have my link to the music? I don't want you to play no music, but do you have the link that you can put up so others, if they wanted to go and look at the list of music, not because I'm trying to get a pat on the back, but give you some ideas from some of the stuff I've done. You might want to do some of the same stuff, That music is a creative way of expressing yourself and getting your innermost thoughts put onto a piece of paper, then put to tune. Yeah. And it's a soul contentment.
It is. I agree. I think that's the biggest purpose of this site right here. We go. Copy. And it'll say Old Mac on the link, actually. So
it's N4DRR, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I got the link. You don't even need to know about that. It'll just hit the link and can go, right? Is that okay that I
sure, that's great. I appreciate
it in that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just copied what was in the address and it should be right there. Let's see.
And I got several I think there's several under playlist, so
yeah.
There's like 5 pages of them. But if you give you ideas, if you wanted to wow, I don't have ideas, and you go look at some of this kind of crap that I put together, you go, well, hell, I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Max. That's where the link will take you. Is right there.
N4DRR at the top up there.
Mm-hmm. N4DRR. Yeah. Yeah, songs. And I guess you already even you got no playlist. That's fine. Don't need them yet. But
I've got on mine I see a lot more. There's 4 or 5 pages of them. Well, you can see there's a lot of them there.
And then, yeah, that's a lot of writing. I mean, that keeps you.
I usually put down somewhere anywhere between 2,000 and 3,000 characters.
Yeah, per song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. Thanks, Mac, for sharing. Love you guys up there. Love you out in the chats. Appreciate you coming by and having a good time with us. What is today? So tomorrow, Saturday, right? We'll maybe if you want to come by in the morning, we'll be here in the morning, or most of us will be. And I do a thing tomorrow night as well. A community live for more the like 7:30 at night. Basically, if you order to 6, it's the same thing. So, all right.
Thanks, everybody.
And we love each and every one of you, and thank you for coming and having a cup of coffee with us.
Woo!
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, so thank you, everyone, for having a wonderful coffee with me, man. It is much greatly appreciated. I think we started the day off right, so, just love on your peeps. Tell your friends you love them. Tell your family you love them. And just go out, have the best day you can. Spread it out there. We'll see you again soon. Bye.